Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Flavor and Fiction. So this month, the category for the book was a book set in the future. And I chose Fahrenheit 451 by Bradbury. I put a little picture right here. And the recipe, or rather the secret ingredient that we're using this time, the ingredient that was mentioned in the book, is one of my personal favorites, dill pickles. But before we get started on the recipe, because this is a really simple recipe, trust me, like 3 steps. So just to start you off on the book, it's set in the 24th century, and there's a fireman named Guy. And during this time, firemen no longer put out fires, they set them. And the main thing that they're setting on fire are books. And books have been outlawed because apparently it's giving people too many conflicting ideas. It's making people think terrible, I know. So when they find the book, when they find out that someone is like still holding on to a book, they not only burn the books, they burn the house down of the owner who was holding the book. Like, everything gotta go. So Guy, he's proud of his job as a fireman. He doesn't know any better. He's never read a book. The next time he's called to a fire, it's this little old lady who's like been hoarding a bunch of books. And they're like taunting her. They're putting kerosene all over everything. They're gonna set the house on fire. But before they can clear out and get her out, she sets the fire herself. And Guy, on instinct, grabs one of her books, puts it in his coat. And he's just like so mystified by this woman who would rather die than let them, take her books. Like, she's dying for her books. So he's like, something really powerful must be in these books. So that really got him going. So before I go any further, we're going to start the recipe. The recipe this time is for, what is it? Dill pickle beef or something like that. What is it called? Yeah, dill pickle roast beef. I know, I had the same thought. Okay, so first things first, I am super excited to let you know that we're going to be making today's recipe in my new birthday gift by Instant Pot. Okay, are y'all ready for the first very complicated step? Here we go. You're going to take a pound of roast beef. I'm using a bottom round, and it's a little more than a pound. It's like 1.5 pounds. But you're going to take your meat, and then you're going to put it in the pot. Like so. See how it's in the pot? That's step 1. Congratulations, you're a third of the way there. Okay, so while we're recovering from that very laborious step we just took by putting the meat in the pot, let's get back to our friend Guy. So remember, he stole the book. He goes home to his wife, Millie. So he stays home sick the next day. His boss, the fireman chief, comes to see him. Apparently, he knows that Guy has taken a book. And he casually lets him know that it's okay for a fireman to take a book out of curiosity as long as he burns it within 24 hours. So he leaves. When the boss leaves, he takes out, this is where we find out that he's taken books over several years from different fires. He has like 20 books that he's never read, but just has been holding them too afraid to read. So now he reads them. His next step is to call this retired fireman, a retired teacher, because he wonders who he can get answers from. So before we get to what he finds out from the teacher, let's get back to our step 2 in our recipe. Step 2, take your jar of pickles, open your jar of pickles, which is easier said than done. All right, so we have our open jar of pickles. And do you know what we do next? You take this entire jar, pickle juice and all, and you pour it on top of your meat. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Ooh, oh, no, oh. Y'all, somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. So that was step 2. And that really was the hardest step because pouring those pickles on that beef makes me very uncomfortable. Anyway, back to the book. Things seem to be going well at first, but Guy gets a little ahead of himself and he starts talking about books with his wife in front of her friends. And she's not ready to explore books or open her mind to them, and she ends up reporting him. Sometimes it's the closest ones to you that'll do it. Anyway, so he gets in all this trouble, and the thing is, when they find a book in your home, I already told you, an alarm goes off, and they burn the whole house down. So now he's becoming a fugitive. His house is being burned down. So what he does is he takes the 20 books that he had stolen, he hid them in the backyard. So now he takes them, and his plan is to escape downriver, where he heard of, like, you know, people like himself who had to get away. Thanks to Faber, the retired teacher, who's kind of guiding him through this. So he takes the books, and this is genius. He hides them in all the firemen's homes. So now, when they're found and the alarm goes off, all the firemen are going to lose their homes. That is beautiful. Apparently, Michael B. Jordan just starred in the movie. It was a TV movie. I don't even know. I'm not sure if it was HBO or... I'm not sure what channel it was, but Michael B. Jordan plays Guy. He plays the main character. So I'm really interested to see this. So I'm going to find it somewhere and I'm going to watch it. But the book, I mean, it's a classic book. It's Ray Bradbury, and I definitely recommend it. It's a quick read because it's like a YA novel. But now we're about to go to step 3 of this beef and pickles recipe. Ready? Slow cook. Yep, that's it. So now that you're done with your part and it's going to be cooking for 8 hours, you're free to do whatever you want. I personally am going to do a workout. I'm going to vacuum. I'm going to do laundry. I'm going to get some writing done. I'm going to get some freelance work done. I'm going to watch a little TV, and then I'm going to hit the hay. All right, guys, it is ready, and I'm happy to report that I did not wake up to my apartment smelling like hot pickle juice. So that was a win. Let's open this thing together. Well, it's kind of dark where I have it. Okay, can y'all see that? So here's the deal. Even though I woke up and didn't smell anything, as soon as I took that lid off, my entire apartment smelled like pickles. So I'm gonna hurry up and try this so I can get out before my work clothes smell like pickle juice. So, here we go. I don't know. I can definitely taste the pickle in the meat, but it's not overpowering, but it's weird, but it's kind of good. I don't know how to feel. The only thing is, so the woman who did this recipe said that she and her friend ate the hot pickles. See, that's where I'm gonna stop. That's where I'm gonna stop. You know what? I'm gonna taste the pickle. I poured in a whole jar. I would like to not waste the whole jar. But we learned a valuable lesson. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Flavor and Fiction. See you next time.